The world we live in is filled with distractions, responsibilities, and endless choices, and many people feel like they are drifting without a clear sense of direction. Stephen Covey's masterpiece, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, offers a timeless framework to regain control and create a life of purpose, balance, and fulfillment. These habits are not quick fixes or surface-level tips, but deep principles that shape character and transform the way we think and act in every area of life. Before we dive into the details, think of your own journey. Are you leading your life intentionally or just reacting to what happens around you? This video will guide you through the 7 habits that can completely change your perspective and actions, opening the door to long-lasting success. If you find value here, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, and share it with others who seek growth and transformation. The first habit, be proactive, reminds us that we are not victims of our circumstances, but the creators of our responses. Proactivity is about focusing on what we can control rather than wasting energy on things beyond our reach. Instead of blaming conditions, people, or luck, proactive individuals choose responsibility, taking deliberate actions that move them closer to their goals. This shift in mindset builds inner strength and empowers us to shape the outcomes of our lives. The second habit, begin with the end in mind, teaches us that effectiveness comes from having a clear vision of what truly matters. Imagine attending your own future celebration of life, hearing what people say about the person you became. What would you want them to remember? By defining the legacy we want to leave, we align our daily actions with long-term values and goals, ensuring that we climb the right ladder rather than realizing too late that it was leaning against the wrong wall. Habit 3, put first things first, is where priorities move from vision to action. This principle emphasizes time management, not in terms of schedules, but in terms of values. Instead of being busy with urgent but unimportant tasks, effective people focus on what is most meaningful. It is the discipline to say no to distractions and yes to what aligns with our bigger purpose. Living by this habit ensures that life is built around significance, not stress. Covey then transitions into habits that strengthen relationships and collaboration. The fourth habit, think win-win, is about seeking mutual benefit in every interaction. Instead of approaching life with a competitive mindset where one person wins and the other loses, highly effective people believe there is enough success for everyone. This habit builds trust, collaboration, and respect, laying the foundation for stronger and more meaningful connections with others. Habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood, is a profound reminder that listening is more powerful than speaking. Too often, we rush into conversations ready to defend our point, but Covey emphasizes that true influence begins with empathy. When we listen with the intent to genuinely understand others, we not only build stronger trust, but also create the conditions for our own message to be heard more clearly. This habit transforms communication into connection. The sixth habit, Synergize, brings to life the idea that together we can achieve more than we could ever accomplish alone. It is about valuing differences and combining strengths in a way that creates outcomes greater than the sum of individual efforts. Covey illustrates how synergy requires openness, creativity, and the courage to embrace diverse perspectives. When practiced, this habit fosters innovation and leads to breakthroughs in relationships, teams, and communities. Finally, the seventh habit, Sharpen the Saw, reminds us that effectiveness is not a one-time achievement, but a continuous cycle of renewal. To maintain balance and growth, we must invest in 4 dimensions: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Whether through exercise, learning, self-reflection, or nurturing relationships, sharpening the saw ensures we remain strong, resilient, and prepared to handle life's challenges while continuously becoming better versions of ourselves. These 7 habits are not just theoretical. They are practical tools that can be applied in everyday life. From managing your career to nurturing your family, from personal growth to community impact, Covey's principles serve as a roadmap. Each habit builds upon the other, creating a holistic system that reshapes character, enhances leadership, and unlocks potential. Mastering them requires consistency, but the rewards are extraordinary. Imagine applying these habits to your career. Instead of waiting for opportunities, you proactively seek ways to add value. You envision where you want to be in 5 or 10 years and act strategically to get there. You focus on tasks that truly matter, build partnerships based on mutual respect, listen deeply to colleagues, collaborate effectively, and constantly improve your skills. This approach makes you not just an employee, but a leader, regardless of your title. In family life, these habits are equally transformative. By being proactive, you set the emotional tone in your home. With the end in mind, you prioritize building memories and values that matter. By putting first things first, you balance work with quality time. Thinking win-win teaches cooperation. Seeking to understand fosters harmony. Synergy strengthens unity. And sharpening the saw ensures that family members grow individually and together. This creates bonds that last a lifetime. These principles also apply to friendships and communities. By embodying win-win, you avoid toxic competition. By listening first, you deepen trust. By synergizing, you collaborate on projects that create positive change. And by sharpening the saw, you bring your best self to every interaction. The habits go beyond personal success. They create ripple effects of growth and transformation that touch everyone around you. What makes the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People timeless is that it focuses on character rather than tactics. Many self-help books promise quick hacks, but Covey insists that real change begins with who we are inside. When we live with integrity, vision, discipline, empathy, and renewal, effectiveness is not something we achieve temporarily. It becomes a way of life. These habits are less about doing more and more about becoming better. Think about the contrast between people who drift through life and those who live with intention. The first react to circumstances, hoping things will improve. The second design their lives, choosing their responses, setting meaningful goals, prioritizing values, building strong relationships, and investing in growth. The difference between these two paths is not luck. It is the application of the 7 habits. Each of these habits requires effort, but the good news is that habits compound over time. Just as small negative choices can create cycles of failure, consistent positive habits create cycles of success. Once you start, the momentum builds. Being proactive one day makes it easier the next. Listening deeply in one conversation strengthens the bond for the next. Over time, these habits shape not just what you do, but who you are. It is also important to remember that nobody is perfect. Covey emphasizes progress, not perfection. The goal is not to live every habit flawlessly, but to commit to continual improvement. By reflecting on your actions and adjusting, you gradually move closer to effectiveness. This growth mindset ensures that every day becomes an opportunity to learn, improve, and live with greater purpose. Many readers describe this book as life-changing because it shifts focus from external achievements to internal transformation. Success is not measured only by wealth, titles, or possessions, but by the quality of your character and relationships. Covey's habits align with universal principles that resonate across cultures, reminding us that effectiveness is not about being busy, but about being impactful. As you reflect on these habits, think about where you stand today. Which habit comes naturally to you? Which one challenges you the most? The key is to begin where you are, choosing one small action that aligns with these principles. Over time, consistent practice will expand your capacity, and you will notice profound changes, not only in your results, but also in how you feel about yourself and the life you are creating. Applying these habits may feel overwhelming at first, But remember that transformation starts with a single step. Even adopting just one habit can make a difference, and as you practice, the others become easier to integrate. Effectiveness is a journey, not a destination, and with every step forward, you gain more clarity, strength, and confidence to continue. The beauty of Covey's work is that it empowers individuals while also strengthening communities. As more people adopt these habits, workplaces become healthier, families become stronger, and societies become more collaborative. The ripple effect of one person's change can inspire countless others. In this way, personal growth becomes collective progress. When you think about your own legacy, imagine being remembered as someone who lived with vision, integrity, empathy, and renewal. That is the essence of Covey's message. Success without character is empty, but when effectiveness is grounded in principles, it creates a life that inspires others. These habits are not just about achieving goals, they are about becoming someone worth emulating. Every habit requires courage. Courage to take responsibility, courage to define your vision, courage to prioritize, courage to seek mutual benefit, courage to listen, courage to embrace differences, and courage to continually improve. This courage builds strength, and strength builds freedom. The more you practice, the more you realize that effectiveness is not about controlling the world, but about mastering yourself. Now imagine the version of yourself 5 years from today. If you consistently applied these 7 habits, you would be stronger, wiser, more resilient, and deeply connected with others. Your life would feel purposeful, and challenges would become opportunities for growth. This vision is not a dream, it is a choice, and it starts with the decision to commit to these principles today. As we close this journey through the 7 habits of highly effective people, remember that knowledge without application leads nowhere. The habits are powerful, but only if lived out daily. Begin with one, commit to practice, and watch how your life transforms over time. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, activate the notification bell, and share it so others can join you in building a life of purpose and effectiveness.